All right. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Happy Saturday. Welcome back to
Happy
episode
Sunday.
3. Yeah, by the time, whenever you watch this, happy day. But episode 3, Coffee and Convo. It is about 5 p.m. We're filming this, so no coffee. About to eat dinner. But we missed last week because we were in Colorado. If you follow our newsletter or Instagram or Facebook, we've been blowing you up with Colorado content, so you probably already know that. But we had a great time. And we're back home, revived.
Rejuvenated.
Yeah, big fans of out west, the Wild West.
Yep.
It was a great time.
It was.
Great week.
Yeah. Well, I thought something we could talk about would be kind of, motivation from, going out west and seeing people who are more individual.
Living that.
Yeah.
Oh, in that sense.
So individual kind of goals and a little bit more just kind of, not as much group, more just individual type of setting where they're just worried about their own goals and worried about their own kind of training and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was interesting to see. We've heard about that, and I guess, hear that the West has more of an independent lifestyle. But it was unique to see that and cool. We were, run clubs, they exist here where we are locally. I don't think they're that big, but I know in general around the country, like, run clubs are a big thing. And just the motivational thought of, and we can get into this, but the 3 different types where it's either autonomy, competency, or relatedness, and having that group aspect. And one of those, we all are motivated. If you think of it as like a pie graph, we have little bits of it, and some lean to a bigger chunk of doing things in groups and doing things with community and having people to connect with to do those things. We are not that way. That's not one of our big motivating.
I don't care about people. At all. Just kidding.
Yeah. Obviously it's just not what gets us pumped up to do our own thing. If we have a goal or if we have something we want to work towards, we really just, it doesn't affect us if the people around us are doing that or not. It's what we want to work towards. And so having a group definitely makes things better. And we do hope in the future to have somewhat of that culture to even be around. But we're not group fitness class people to show up to go to the gym. We don't need run clubs to go for a run. And that is a totally valid thing, and knowing what motivates you, I think, is very helpful, because then you can lean into that and understand that that's just kind of the way you tick.
Yeah, the rule of thumb for like relatedness is, and if you know someone that's like this, is if there was not a group or other people doing the activity while you were doing it, if that were to go away, that group setting, and if that went away, you would say, or this other person would say, there's no way I would do that, then most likely you're going to be heavily influenced and motivated by the social interaction and kind of the activity as a social medium and a social lubricant for you to be there and do that thing. The fact that other people are doing it is motivating for you to go, because the one of the main things that you like is social interaction, and the activity just makes all that easier because you're all doing a thing together. You don't have to, you're not just sitting in a room like, playing 20 questions or something. You kind of, all of that social interaction just kind of gets mixed up with the activity, whatever you're doing. And, a lot of times that's fitness. Yeah.
And that's what makes it more fun for you. And we don't talk about our training principles a whole lot. We did when we first got started, and we kind of went through a series of talking about them. And then once we did, we somewhat stopped. But one of, our first training principle is to have fun. And so that is going to be a very individualized component. And there are, of course, going to be seasons of life or seasons of that journey, that it's not all rainbows and butterflies and fun, but there are so many ways to exercise, and there are so many ways to motivate yourself to exercise without relying on motivation, but just simply knowing what kind of gets you up and gets you going, and what makes you come alive type of thing. But having fun is a big part of what you do, and it can be through, for us, it is more competency, would be more of our motivating factor, and being good at something and building that skill, and that is fun. So it's, fun can look different for everybody, but knowing what excites you to do the thing, and then that is your fun.
Yeah. Fun is, I think of fun as the synonym is like enjoyment, and what do you enjoy? So you can either enjoy running because it gets you in a group of people and you're interacting, and that is enjoyable for you. Or it could be that you enjoy running because it gives you an opportunity to pursue mastery. You go run and then you go run again and you're better at it. So that's enjoyable for you, is the objective, clear-cut, I got better at this thing so I can better control the outcome of like a race. Or, if I go out for a run, I can run at a certain pace. Or I can go out and I can run and play with my kids and, I don't get tired. Like, it's objective that I, through running, am better at stuff. And then autonomy is kind of like the one of self-determination theory, which is this theory of motivation, those three intrinsic motivators or aspects of motivation. Autonomy is the one that people say is just like kind of king, and it's kind of driving the entire show. And autonomy is it's less of where competency is, you are doing the thing so you can control an outcome. So it's enjoyment of controlling outcomes of races, of lifting, of whatever. Autonomy is more of the enjoyment of the act itself. It's being able to direct your life and do the things that you actually enjoy doing. So the enjoyment comes from, usually it's the act of doing the thing. I think of like people who surf. Like, do they really want to get better at surfing? Maybe. I don't know. I think there's some of that. But, people that surf from they're in their teenage years until they're doing it all the way until they're in the 60s, 70s. They're not getting better after a certain point. At a certain point, they're not getting better. They're getting older. And so the logical thing is that, okay, if it's not competency and they keep doing it, they have to just enjoy the act of surfing. They would like getting out in the water. They like getting out and catching like a big wave or something. So that, just the act in itself.
The thrill of the moment.
Yeah. And so that it's either the enjoyment of the social aspect, the enjoyment of mastery and getting better at stuff and controlling outcomes, or it's the enjoyment of the experience of the thing that you're doing.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think if I had to rank my three, it would be autonomy, competency, relatedness.
Yeah. For me, it's up to switch competency, autonomy, relatedness, because, and the reason I know that is that if I were to, I've thought about this before, if I were to like hire someone to do my nutrition or something, and I had a certain like body composition goal, or if I was going to do a bodybuilding show, not going to, but if that were a goal, just kind of played through the scenario in my head, I would tell them, I would say, I will eat. You can tell me like what to eat, the food and the amount, and I will do that. I do not care if I like the food.
Yeah. Really doesn't.
I do not care. You could tell me to eat gefilte fish. You could tell me to eat cod liver oil, and I would do it, because the thing that matters the most is that I get the outcome that I want. You could tell me to eat I don't know, something terrible, something people hate. I can't remember. I can't even think of things that people hate right now. You could.
Well, the liver is one.
You could tell me eat beef
Common.
liver for every meal, and I would do it.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't be the type of person who'd be like, well, I don't like that food that you put on my meal plan. You know, I don't care.
Yeah.
I could do whatever.
The end result is
yeah.
the main thing.
So it'd be competence, and then autonomy and relatedness are probably pretty close, but they're like, relatedness is probably a little bit below, but you know.
Yeah, that would still be your top.
Yeah.
That order.
I would still like prefer if I was in a gym setting with people around. Just there is a social aspect.
Me too.
But training with people, no.
Yeah, we agree on that. Yeah. We love being in a great gym atmosphere where everyone's like getting after it together. That's, I love it. And I love it so much. Yeah. I hope one day we have that again or can kind of create it. But training with people, not.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Don't love it.
Yeah. Relatedness is like more of the relationships, you know.
Yeah.
The interaction of the relationship. So.
And for that, I think we thrive having a few really good relationships, but we don't need the large groups.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that Cayt said it earlier, but once you kind of like think about these things, figure out what your kind of like top intrinsic need is, and you can just audit yourself, be like, you know, these activities, why do I do this thing? You know, and kind of just like think about it. Think about, do I really care about getting better at this? You know, if no, then okay, so do I really like the activity? If no, then like you're like ding ding ding, I do, you know, CrossFit because it's a class and there's people there.
Yeah.
And it's exercise and it's like I know for sure there's always going to be people there, and I go because, you know, because it's a group setting, because, you know, we laugh and joke and have fun.
And you want to train, you want to work hard, but that piece is so motivating to you that you'll wake up at 5 a.m. to get to the class because your group is there waiting for you.
But then maybe you stop doing CrossFit and you start doing something else, and it's some other workout program, and you're having trouble sticking to it, and you're like, man, why am I not able to get into this? And it's because you are driven a lot by the social component of exercise and exercising with people. So once you understand whether you are driven mostly by relatedness, autonomy, or competence, you can structure your training in a way that serves your greatest intrinsic need. Yeah, it's not a good or bad thing, but knowing that and having that conversation with, if you're working with a coach, and having that conversation so that when things start to feel like it's just you're struggling, and the value of exercise is there, but you're just struggling to really piece that together. Knowing yourself is always, you know, so helpful with this, or I mean with anything. It's not just exercise, but if you don't know yourself and you don't know what matters to you, you don't know how, you know, your personality works and what really gets you motivated, it's hard to stick to things or kind of get back on track too if you don't know what is missing or what's not in alignment right now in your life. Yep. Yeah. Know thyself. Yeah. I definitely love the journey. I love having sort of something to give me direction, to know what I'm working towards. But then I love to enjoy the days and the pursuit of whatever I'm working towards. Because, I'm just a big believer that your day is what makes up your life. So I want those days to be enjoyable. And, you know, like I said, there's going to be many times that it's not all fun and, you know, the most incredible day. There's a lot of monotony in working towards something, but I do like to enjoy whatever it is I'm working towards. Yeah, on the flip side, I think it's important to know what things decrease your likelihood of getting into the gym or getting into fitness or whatever. some people really do not like objective like goals, they don't do as well because they feel like there's pressure whenever they have a goal, and it ultimately decreases their consistency and their adherence to a plan. So maybe choosing something that's a little bit more fluid, that has the goals that aren't necessarily outcome driven. They aren't like, I'm going to lose a pound this week or 2 pounds this week. It's more of I'm going to, focus on getting this many vegetables in a day, or like
the habits that would lead you to that.
Yeah.
But the actual hard measurements.
Yeah, it's not like I'm going to add 10 pounds to my squat. It's like I'm going to perform the squat at an RPE of 8. Or like, I'm going to give this effort every time. So something a little more controllable.
Or autonomy with having a program and maybe assigning 2 exercises that, from our end, very similar. Like they're going to check the box. They're going to move you closer to that. They're going to really mimic the movement. In the same sense, but the autonomy is you get to choose. Do you want to do, I don't know, let's like a squat or a leg press? Which one do you want to do? And then you can kind of choose when you get to that program, and that gives you the autonomy to, now you're given that prescription, you're given the guidance of what to choose that would make sense and how to work hard and give that effort, but you have some freedom there.
And, trying to like play all these games, and like trying to change the program so that you stick to it better. Like maybe it's not that big of a deal whether you do this exercise or you have an option of those exercises, but we bring up all of these things because the number one thing for success in fitness or, just being consistent is you have to cater to adherence to the program, or cater to the adherence to the exercise regimen, or whatever you want to call it. So if your training plan is something that you only adhere to for 1 week out of the month, it's not a good plan.
Not going to do anything.
Because you're not adhering to it. So maybe this is like sort of like a longitudinal thing where you've got to build some habits that will allow you to stick to it. Maybe you're just not there yet. But also, you need to think about these things in terms of, for example, there's some innate things that I, training-wise, just like will not do. And I don't have success with. I do not have success with a lot of exercises in a training session. I do not have success whenever the training session is longer than an hour to 15 minutes. If it takes me an hour and a half or something to do a weight training session, I'm cutting exercises. I'm done. Like I turn into a pumpkin in about an hour. I've been timing like all my strength training lately, and they're tapping out at 45 to 50 minutes. Anything longer, I'm just like, I don't know. I just can't do it anymore. I used to, but now it's just like, nope. I want to go do other stuff, or I'm busy. I got other stuff going on, and
I've tried with
4 to 6 exercises. I'm gonna hit it hard, and I'm gonna get out. So I know there's no amount of like begging or borrowing. If there's more than 6 exercises, 8 exercises at most, if there's more than 8 exercises, I am not doing them. And I just know that.
Yeah. I remember seeing that from, that you were still doing that when we met. And I was like, wow, he doesn't do a whole lot of exercises.
Nope.
And I was used to a lot of like filler volume at the time.
Yep.
But he would go hard on those things.
Yeah.
And have a really great session. And I'm over here doing all these extra things. And I don't think I had really thought through the, I totally agree. There's so much more value in it now. Why would you not do really great on a few movements than do
a bunch of okay.
A bunch of things just okay.
Stuff.
Yeah.
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 And that's what I can't. I can't just like pick up a weight and just like
dilly-dally through it and then be like, cool, I got 15 exercises done.
Yeah, no, I can't do it.
I have tried, now since we've been together, I tried maybe 2 or 3 times thinking, I think I'll like CrossFit. Let me try some Metcons. Let me try, usually when the CrossFit games are coming out and everyone's like hopping on the CrossFit training, and I just cannot get behind it. It sounds fun and people look like they're having fun in the gym. Hard. And yeah, it's challenging. And I'll think, I'll even add one of them in through the week and be like, I'm going to do 1 Metcon a week. I just can't stand it. I hate not having a program. I hate not having something to like make sense of and progress week to week and have that same thing, knowing that you're going to come back around and you're not opening your phone to be like, oh, what am I doing today? Okay, this is all new. Yeah, the movements you repeat over time, but it's not the same reps and the same, structure.
Yeah.
I need structure. I thrive on that.
Yeah.
But like, again, if you love it, that's awesome.
Some people like more novelty.
Yeah.
Some people like zero novelty. So all those things are important to know what motivates you and know what on the other side is going to keep you from being consistent. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. Know what will get you in and know what will make you stick, and kind of know what you just can't do, what you don't like, and that's okay.
Yep.
Cool.
We're at like 20 minutes, I think.
Cool.
Yep.
Well, happy whatever day you're watching this.
Happy day.
Happy day. It's been a good Saturday for us. Good Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day, yep.
Woo woo.
Love you.
Went for a long walk. Love you too.
Yep.
All right. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.